Well, good afternoon and welcome to your next episode of Shanta's Talk. This evening, this morning, this afternoon, whenever you see this video, hello. And I hope you are having a wonderful, marvelous day. Today's title of our message is called You Always Ask for the Truth, but can you really handle it? There is a new trend going around that has went viral where people are asking ChatGPT, roast me and don't hold nothing back. Now, some of these roasts that I have read and seen have me dying laughing. But can I tell you the difference? The difference between a chat roast and someone being honest about your integrity, decisions, actions, and behavior is completely different. See, chat can only tell you the truth based upon the history you have provided it. So depending on what you use your chat for is the only truth they're able to create for you in a creative manner. But someone like me who loves you, honors you, and respects you, my truth will be completely different than your chat because why? I see your actions. I see your decisions. I look at your integrity. So me telling you the truth is completely different than your chat being honest with you. So I did a video before asking, who are you? So let's deal with some truth that some people are afraid to admit. So, you overthink everything. You think everything is happening to you. Well, if you can overthink the worst, you can overthink the best. And this is coming from an overthinker. I can overthink water. Okay? That is something that I have learned to live with, something that me and my therapist dived into in the 2.5 years I was in therapy. Overthinking is the best and worst curse that you can ever have. But take it from me, if you can overthink the worst, you can overthink the best. You say you want peace, but you keep entertaining chaos because it feels familiar, and that's where you think you thrive the best. Well, let me tell you, that's dysfunctional. Thriving in chaos, thriving in dysfunction is not where it's at. That is not how you grow. You call it being real. But in reality, you just lack discipline. So, is the real you a person that lacks discipline? Is that really keeping it real? I don't think so. You say, that's just who I am. Take it or leave it. I'm going to leave it. Because you know why? That's your survival and brokenness talking, not your purpose. See, I'm going to be honest with you. The real truth is you've gotten so comfortable in your habits, your patterns, that real growth feels like an attack. We all have adjustments when it comes to change. We don't like it professionally, and we definitely don't like it personally. But take it from someone who went through a healing journey that had to change her mindset, her actions, her behavior. In the beginning, when the Lord was pushing me to change, I felt like I was under attack because I had to rewire my brain. I had to sit in my truth of being broken, my truth of being bitter. And I know these truths aren't easy to hear. I know these truths aren't easy to admit. You want to know why? Because I had to look at these truths in my own mirror. My own mirror told me I was broken and I was bitter. So, let's talk about the shift. Everyone says, I want the truth. Tell me the truth. But do you really want the truth? Because when you say you want the truth, do you know the truth requires accountability? So if I was to come to you and say, what you said or what you did to me hurt me, broke my heart, destroyed me, damaged me, are you willing to take accountability for that truth? So do you really want the truth? Because you know what that means? The truth also exposes your habits, your decisions, and your character. That's what the truth exposes. Truth exposes habits, decisions, and character. And when that exposes, depending on where you are in life, you do some of these things. You defend it by saying, oh, that's just who I am. Take it or leave it. Or you shut down because no one taught you or you're not comfortable sitting in uncomfortable truths. You ghost people. You delete people out of your life. You run to what feels familiar. Or, and this one is what makes me crack up, you go find someone new who will not hold you accountable for your choices, your decisions, or your habits. Those is what truth exposes. And some of the actions, when that exposure happens, those are some of the actions people do because they can't sit and they can't handle the truth. So I challenge you, the next time someone tells you the truth, now I'm going to give a disclaimer. People who love you, and I'm talking about family, friends, partner, I'm talking about the people who really are down for you. When they have these conversations with you saying, I see you do this, I don't think this is good for you, or things like that, instead of running or ghosting or shutting down, how about acknowledge it and receive the truth? Take accountability and work through it. I think that can work. Or I'm going to ask you, do you really want the truth? Or do you want someone who will validate you, agree with you, or someone who makes you comfortable in your dysfunction so you can say, that person's my peace? Well, I'm going to be honest. That person really is not your peace. And you want to know why? Because that person is so comfortable in you being dysfunctional because they're dysfunctional. That's why it's peaceful. That's not someone who loves you. That's not someone who wants to see you grow. Because if I love you, I want to see you elevate to the highest level possible. I don't want to see you continue to thrive in dysfunction and chaos. So let's talk about that. So you say you want someone who honors you, who respects you, and loves you unconditionally. And I'm going to ask you, if you were able to obtain those things, is there anything that you would do to be the best version of yourself? If I was to give you that every day, all day, what steps would you take to live in your truth to receive my honor, my love, my respect for you to be the best version of yourself? But on the flip side of that, do you deserve that? Because if you're not even reciprocating the bare minimum energy that someone is giving out to you, what makes you think you deserve honor, respect, and love unconditionally? See, handling the truth means you can't stay the same after you hear it. Handling the truth means you are intentional with your love, your decisions, your healthy habits. Those are things you adjust. You become intentional with the truth. You reciprocate the truth. You reciprocate the love and the energy and the respect and honor when you are living in your truth. But another question, do you really want the truth, or do you want confirmation? Someone who agrees with you, but they can't correct you. Because if I love you, I should be able to correct you. If you love me, you should be able to correct me. See, even the Lord corrects us. Even when we're disobedient to Him, there's a form of correction. So if the Lord can correct me, chastise me in disobedience, why can't I do the same with you? You want me to agree with your dysfunction, or do you want me to correct your dysfunction? See, the great thing about the truth is it does expose people's motives. Someone that has an ulterior motive, if they're speaking their truth out of malicious and being vindictive, you're now seeing their motive, because that's something that they've been bottling up inside and have a form of resentment that now they feel like they have the space and opportunity to basically demise you or make you feel less than. And that's not okay. That is not okay at all, because ulterior motives of being vindictive, that is dysfunction. That is not love. That is manipulation at its finest. But in reality, the truth also reveals who you really are. You see, one of the primary reasons the Lord gave me the assignment of writing my book, My Love Letter to the King Inside of You, is because our men are our backbones. Our men are the backbones in our families, in society, and in our culture. And our men need strong people on their side that uplifts them, encourage them, and remind them of who they are. Our men are powerful, anointed, amazing creatures. That's why God made them in His own image. But one of the things that book, My Love Letter to the King Inside of You, it does all of that. It encourages you. It reminds you of the King inside of you. But it gives you space to look at yourself in that mirror with no judgment and no shame. But when you strip away the titles and the labels that society tried to put on our men, it also helps reveal their identity and the real king underneath. That's what that book does. It strips away the titles of you're not enough, that you're a bad man, you're a cheater, you're late. That book strips away all of that negative that society and people have tried to label you with, and it reveals your true identity. It reveals the king underneath you. So the real question is not, can you handle the truth? The real question is, can you handle the version of yourself the truth reveals? Again, I wouldn't be me if I would not leave you with things to reflect on, things to look in your mirror, things to journal, things to just ponder on, things to talk with the Lord about. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions. Question number 1. If you had to give an elevator speech with no judgment, no filters, about the unadulterated truth about who you really are, what would you say? You say you are a great man, but are you faithful to your commitments of growth, love, discipline, and decisions? Or do your actions contradict your title of being a great man? And last question. You say you deserve honor and respect, but are you living a life where you have earned that, or are you requesting it from a place of entitlement? Now, remember who you are. And my truth to you tonight is you are a king. You are powerful. You are loved. You are amazing. You are enough. You are great. Stand in that truth. Don't allow the negative, the labels that society and people have tried to put on you. You are strong, you are anointed, and you are a king. Thank you for watching. Have a great night.